where we first met. Feels a little strange, to be honest. It is. This is right where I hit you from Arthur. Right in this wall. Behind me!
What are you doing here? You should be very aware that you are not welcome, especially not with a human.
Still unable to beat me, eh?
Oh, please. Where did you learn your tricks from in the first place, Bambi?
Dad, look what you did. You scared Charming half to death. And me for that matter.
Then I did my job.
Charming, this is the man, the myth, the legend, my father. Dad, this is my, friend. Charming.
We have to go see your mother. She's convinced you're out there starving or freezing to death. She will be elated to see you.
Hang on, wait a second. You know we can breathe outside the barrier?
Of course I do. Been outside myself several times when I've been to meetings with King Atlas, but what are you doing back here, Bambi? You're impulsive, short-tempered, and quite honestly not the brightest in the bunch, sure, but never downright idiotic. Do you have a death wish or something?
I needed to talk to you.
Well, you can do that while walking. I'd rather avoid the two of you being spotted.
Oh no.
You see, Charming, one winter when it got very cold, the river in town froze over. I thought it would be the perfect opportunity for her to practice some ice magic. It is much harder to shift water in between its different shapes than it is just working with that specific form of water.
Mind you, this was the first time I had seen ice in its pure form, and not just conjured by an elementalist.
Right. You keep coming up with excuses, darling. Terry spent pretty much the entire lesson on her stomach. Each time she would try to get up, she would fall back down. You should have seen it. She refused to go outside again for that entire winter. That's why I call her Bambi. Have you seen the motion picture? Yes, several times. I have a television down at my personal library.
Dad? How do you know so much of the outside? Let alone have a TV in your library.
Bambi, times were different before King Atlas came into power. Around maybe 140 years ago, when I was much younger, the barrier didn't exist. Each elemental town governed themselves, but things changed once he took control.
What do you...
Shiv, darling, look who decided to grace us with her presence.
Terry!
Mom!
Are you alright? Are you hurt anywhere? Rune, get her a bowl of soup. I can practically see each and every bone on her.
Mom, I'm fine, really.
Your aura is different. What's happened?
My aura?
It's gotten this dirty purple hue.
Interesting.
And who is this?
This is Charming. They're human. I owe them my life with everything they've done for me.
Terry, Charming, soup?
My, Terry, is this a love match I see?
Mom!
Hush, I'm only saying, you're old enough where you should have gotten yourself a partner instead of just making mischief in town. Quite the looker they are too. You have a good taste, I see.
Please let the goddess Hela take me here now.
Terry, you wanted to talk? We can go to my library if you'd like.
Yes, please. Charming, is it alright if you stay here with my mother? Okay. If she's too much, you have my full blessing to silence her at any cost. So this is where you've been hiding your human artifacts.
We do have the internet connection for the sake of the tourists, so it seemed like a shame not to use it.
You kept this from me for all these years.
For the sake of keeping you, your mother, and everyone in town safe, I was the only one Atlas allowed to keep the memories. Now, if you start off with what you know, then I might be able to fill in the blanks.
Okay, whatever Atlas injected me with, it changed me. It changed my mark and it gave me new powers.
It didn't change you in the way you might think. It activated what was already inside you, only dormant. A special few of our kind are what in ancient times was called Child of the Moon, a power not given by the elements, but by an exchange.
I read about that in a cave. The fifth element.
You could call it that.
What did you mean by exchange?
I'm not entirely certain on the details. The tablets I read were not in the best condition, but from what I gather, the element itself is sentient, aware of you and its surroundings. It allows children of the moon to use it, and in return it takes a little of your soul, your life force, every time.
My soul? But I've used my powers many times by now. In the camp, in the cave, at Freya's. I can even feel it every time I use my elemental powers. Is it going to...
Hey, Bambi, calm down. It's all right. I don't know, but you look just as headstrong as ever.
Fuck, this sucks. I didn't ask for this. I was fine with the life I had.
Things are different now, but I know you can handle it. You're strong.
The hell I am! I've already let those close to me get hurt. Thanks to me, the camp was almost burned to the ground. Gods were placed throughout the entire town, and Charming has gotten hurt twice.
Terry, look at me. I know that tone. You're spiraling. Has Charming ever blamed you for them getting hurt?
No.
That camp was working against King Atlas.
How did you...
Dominic worked with them. I make sure to know exactly what's going on around my town. The camp was working against King Atlas. Don't you think he would have done something about it sooner or later?
But the gods...
Or because I started questioning Atlas. He couldn't control me, but he needs me. So he can't get rid of me either.
You said you were the only one who could remember. Remember what exactly?
As I mentioned before, there was no barrier. We came and went as we pleased. I would spend a lot of time in a nearby village. The humans didn't know what we were, though, of course. Back in what they call the Middle Ages, humans would hang and burn both us and each other if they thought anyone could do anything they classified as a sin. It was easier to keep one's head low. Every 50 years or so, a child of the moon would be born. They would keep us safe from what we normal elementalists couldn't control. For example, time. The children of the moon could make sure their town would cheat death, at their own cost. But then came Atlas. He killed each and every single one of them, along with every child who had potential of developing the powers, and anyone in their family. It was a massacre. After just a week, we were forced to surrender. He trapped us here, making a barrier to slow our aging, though not stopping it entirely as before, as well as to be able to feel if anyone escaped. No one was very happy with this arrangement, and there were several uprisings. Atlas defeated them all. To keep my people safe and to stop more blood from being shed, I came to Atlas with a proposal to erase the memories of us. I would sell them the story you know by heart.
That the barrier was to stop the polluted air.
Exactly.
So, that's why you were allowed to keep your memories? To be able to convince everyone of the story?
After you escaped, I told your mother bits and pieces, but I don't want her or anyone else to remember what we lived through. I have no idea how strong Atlas holds on their memories are. I don't want to test that, though.
And I don't know how much I want to tell Charming. What do we do?
We do nothing, for now. I know all here in Amadon would fight alongside you. But for now, perhaps it is better to keep the truth from them until it is absolutely necessary.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Let's not keep your friend alone with your mother for too long. You know how she is. Come on with that smile. For their sake.